You're listening to The Mentality Show, only on LA Talk Radio.
Greetings, all of you fellow Mentalians out there. We are here live in Los Angeles from the airways of LA Talk Radio and Facebook Live. It's been another long week without us, but we are here. It is October 9th, 2019. It is Wednesday. It is 6 p.m. Y'all know what that means, right?
Yes, we do.
What does that mean? We're back in business. That's right. We are back in business, boys. And this is the 79th rendition of the Mentality Show. Let's give ourselves a hand, folks.
Congrats to us.
79th, almost there at that 100 mark, and we have something big planned for our 100th show. Yes. Tina Lorraine, she's getting all the particulars together now. We will have more information for all you Mentalians out there regarding that. If you want to meet some of the famous people on the show here, if you want to meet me.
Thank you.
We will be available that day, and we'll give you those particulars. So we have a lot to talk about today.
Invite them.
The number is, in case you don't remember it, 818-570-5085, 818-570-5085. Okay, now, before we begin, ladies and not-so-gentlemen and all of our Mentalians out there, have you ever felt like you're just not enough in life? Huh? Yes. Have you ever just constantly been too hard on yourself? Have you ever felt that way?
Yeah. I have to give myself a pep talk.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Well, we're going to talk about that today. We're going to go deep.
Balls deep.
That's right. And to that topic today on how to love yourself so you can love others. So we're going to talk about all that today. The number is 818-570-5085. We're going to give it out in case you don't remember it. And if you don't remember it, and I've said it 50 times, then you're the perfect audience for our show. So before we get started here, we have to talk about the folks who brought us here today. Our sponsors. Today's show is brought to you by Loyaltyautogroup, okay? If you want to finance or lease a top-of-the-line vehicle for the most reasonable and least expensive price in the country, just trust us, folks. This is the place. Some of these cars that they have are less than $1,000 down.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Some high-end shit, too.
High-end. Ferraris, Astro Martins, all these type of cars these guys have.
Astro?
What did I say that wrong?
Faster than an
Aston Martin. Aston Martin. Okay. You know I drive a Ford Fairmont, man. So I don't know much about these expensive cars. Sorry, I messed it up. So they're conveniently located in Sherman Oaks, right off the 101. You can't miss it. Right off the 101. If you don't know where that is, if you can't find these folks, then you don't need to be driving. Just remember that.
That's right.
True. All right. And their phone number, if you want to contact them, is 818-200-0333. That's 818-200-0333. Their IG address is Loyalty, all one word, Loyalty Auto Group. If you don't know how to spell any of those words, then, again, you should not be driving. Okay. And one last sponsor here is Balorian and Manukian, okay? They are professional injury lawyers with real results. A firm with justice, honor, and honesty. Okay, there's two H's in there. Y'all notice that?
It's an H.
Two H's in there. These are the good H's.
It's like you're vying for a voiceover job.
Yeah.
You went extra professional when you said the Lord group. Yes.
Sounds like you got an H. Hey, the voiceover people aren't watching.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting. I know y'all are waiting for me to fuck up. That's what it is, man. Everybody's looking at me like I'm waiting.
That's why he's doing everything slow.
I'm on my A game today, baby. Okay, so these guys win 97% of their cases. Can you believe that?
That's pretty good.
97%.
Awesome. It's kind of lawyer I want.
I can't wait to say, I'm going to call my lawyer.
Fuck yeah.
And win 97% of the time. Those 3%, I'm sorry. But 97% are pretty good pretty good chances. Okay. For a free consultation with any issue you're dealing with, remember these are personal injury attorneys. Call today at 747-444-4444.
There you go.
That's pretty easy.
If
you're a lot of Fords.
If you're of my race, that's 747-444-4444. There we go. Okay. Now, before we begin, if you're new to the Mentality Show or if you've never seen the show, then we must warn you that the views and opinions expressed on this show, some listeners and viewers may find offensive. Viewer discretion. We don't give a fuck. Let's get into it, folks. I'm your host, Delano. I am the man with the plan, the air traffic controller of the show. Your favorite one. Just remember that, okay? And we got,
That's it.
and then I got my man to my right here, Mr. Vato V. What's up, my man?
Yo, Mirasa, what's going on?
How you feeling, buddy?
I'm fucking hot. It's hot in here.
It's always hot in
it's
here,
feeling
man.
old.
That's I think
bullshit.
that's your, what do you call that?
I'm going through menopause.
Yeah, menopause. There you go.
Hot flashes. Hot flashes.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny how they call it menopause? Because I guess women are putting men on pause at that age.
That's true.
I always wonder why menopause.
I thought it was them putting us on pause. Menopause.
Yeah, they're
Pausing
putting us
men.
on pause.
Yes.
Right. You never heard of a man going through a woman of pause. You know?
No.
I will never have. That will never
We
happen.
probably
in
do
mine.
that, just don't know it and not going to admit it.
Maybe. And then I got my man, Tex C. What's up, Sexy Texy?
What's sexy?
He wasn't here with us last week. Rest in peace, but he's here with us today.
I don't get that. It doesn't make sense.
He is risen.
Sir, you weren't with us. When you're not with us, you're
I was on
resting in
vacation.
peace.
I was cruising the high Sierras.
You were having a restful, peaceful moment when you were not with
I was
us,
away
right?
from you. It was great.
Okay, there you go. You're resting in peace.
Resting in peace.
Then I got my man Scully. What's up, buddy?
Dude, Dodgers, do it. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I would like to take this moment to thank the 49ers for a great win on Monday. Sorry, Rams.
Man, let me give it to you, 49ers. I predicted
Fuck yeah.
Super Bowl for them this year.
Sorry, who are
They
they?
suffered some
killing it.
injuries.
They're killing it.
49ers.
Porn star Jimmy, as long as he keeps doing his thing, man. Porn star Jimmy.
Porn star.
Then we got the lovely, the most talented next to me, the most beautiful woman we've ever had in this show.
Introduced Scully.
Yes.
That is true, but in this case,
I'm the next
we're talking
most
about the
beautiful.
female version.
She's second.
Oh,
beautiful.
right.
So let's please welcome the first woman we've ever had on this show
I'm like
as
the
a
first
constant host.
lady.
She's so earned it. You'll see as the show goes on. Please welcome Miss Tina Lorraine.
Yes,
Tina
sir.
Lorraine. She gets a clap.
Yes, sir.
She gets a clap.
I want to do that princess wave. I always wanted to do that.
The only woman that can say yes and make it sound like yeah. Yes. Just by saying yes. Okay, it's
Damn.
weird. All right. So how you feeling, Tina?
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
Awesome. Yes.
Awesome. Okay. And if you're wondering who this gorgeouser, most beautifuler lady is to my left here,
Delano.
she is a very special guest. She's a personal development coach to celebrities. She's a public speaker. She's the author of a book called Enoughness, The Simple Truth to Embracing You. This is a book about learning to love yourself and go after what you want in life, among other countless things and topics we're going to discuss today with her, including challenges with dating, relationships, sex, and you name it. Call us here. We'll talk about it. This is the time to do it. She is here with us. Please welcome to the show our very, very special guest. It's all about her today, Miss Alison Robertson. Please welcome.
Welcome.
Awesome.
Glad to have you.
Awesome.
Thank
It's
you.
so good to have. So thank you for being here.
I'm so excited to be here.
So excited. So let me tell the Mentalians out there a little bit about you, a lot bit about you. It's all about you today.
Really?
What you do, how
could
you
be
do
dangerous.
it, what you talk about, topics you discuss, how you're here to help them and us and things like this. The floor is yours, Miss Robertson.
Okay, that could be dangerous, but I appreciate
Go for it.
Take
Go
it,
for it.
mama.
Well, I started off as a creative, as an actor for my whole life.
Right.
And then about 8 or 9 years ago, I got into personal development
Okay.
because I believe that people can have what they want. But I think they deserve someone to be a champion or believe in them.
Absolutely.
And then about 3 or 4 years ago, I wrote a book, and I released it about 8 weeks ago.
Okay.
And about 5 days ago, I got named on Forbes' list as the top
Saw that.
7 books to help
That's
yourself.
what's up. That's
Awesome.
That's what's up.
So
awesome.
if you could
Nice.
just pull me back down to earth for a minute, I'm here sitting with you, so ask me
That's
whatever you
huge.
want.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that
I'm
is
really
an
excited.
awesome.
I'm
That
really
is. An
I was actually
awesome
sitting in a
accomplishment.
bar in New York watching the Cardinals game, and it popped up on my phone, and I thought, "Is this really happening? Is this me?" Yeah. So
And they will not. That would not be happening if this book wasn't. If it didn't have the merit and the information people need out there to help themselves. I mean, they don't just put books in the top 7 or top 10 for nothing. So that
Forbes
is an
is
awesome.
not even gonna mention you if you're
Absolutely.
not on their radar. I mean,
Hell
like
no.
that's
I'm pretty
huge
excited. I'm
to
pretty
be
excited.
acknowledged by Forbes.
one of the
Wow.
things, and to answer your question, is that the book was written based on what I believe.
Right.
and being on the court myself on how I've helped myself get through things.
Right. Personal experiences.
Personal experiences.
Right.
And I also have read every self-help book. I've been to every class and studied the knee of every guru that there is.
Yeah.
And I always left feeling like, okay, yeah, that's the problem. I got the problem. What's the answer?
Right.
So that's how I wrote the book.
You know, I have to say, in my experience of dealing with self-help gurus and people like that, it seems to generally always be men. It's always men that are giving those self-help. I mean, I'm not big into the self-help industry, but I mean, you have Tony Robbins, you have different men, pastors, and things like that. But off the top of my head, I believe you're the first woman that I know of. There may be some out there.
There's another biggie.
There's another biggie.
Williamson.
Marianne Williamson. Forget
She's
her.
only running
Forget
for
her.
president.
Yeah,
but
forget her.
It's okay.
Oh yeah, Marianne. That was the one running
You
for
didn't
president.
mention her.
So that's right. She's a self-help. That's right.
She is. That's what
So-
she started. I mean, she sort of paved the way for someone like me. But I appreciate your acknowledgement.
So when
of
are you
that.
running for president? Then?
Never.
2022.
I say fuck too much. So.
Hey, so does our current president. So
Yeah, that's fair.
That's no difference.
I'd vote
right?
for that.
Okay, good.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's real right there. That's real.
That could be the
president.
slogan. Fuck it.
He even says ground by the pussy.
Like this is-
Yeah.
So he says.
Oh, I
That's
forgot
true.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, in a nutshell, could you tell us what the book Enoughness about? Just kind of give us a brief description of what it's about.
Well, first of all, it's knowing that what you have right now is enough to go after what you want. It also encourages people to say what their dream is.
Right.
You know,
Ah,
a
yes,
lot
I
of
have a question
people
regarding that.
are in fear of saying what they want because then once they say it, then they have to go after it.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Or if they say it, then they're afraid they might fail at it.
Right.
I'm all about let's say it and let's go after it.
That's true.
I'm also a big one in the book about gratitude. Gratitude makes what we have enough. And
Oh, thank you. A lot of people don't have that. They don't understand that. And
Yeah.
a lot of people feel like the world owes them something. You know what I mean? Entitlement. It's like they have that sense of entitlement.
younger generation,
especially
though.
this younger generation. Yeah, without working
Yeah.
and going for it themselves and
They
saying
need to
when
be
they
handed
achieve
everything,
it.
yeah.
Right.
part
It's
of the problem
that
is
much sweeter.
the younger generation is going to have 25 to 30 careers, like
Wow.
25 to 30 jobs that they're going to do. And you know, our parents, our grandparents had one, maybe two things
Right.
that they did.
Maybe
Right.
two.
Right?
They stuck with
They
it.
stuck with it.
Yeah.
How many do you have,
40
Delano?
years.
Like 30?
You know what? I am someone who's had many careers. Yes, but I'm so talented. That's the problem. I'm
they didn't
so
ask me.
talented. I
You're
can just do
multi-passionate.
everything.
You're
you know?
multi-passionate.
I'm multi-passionate. I love it.
See?
See, she's helping me with. I've been trying to
It's
teach
the
these guys
languaging.
certain.
I'm all about languaging.
Yeah,
how you language something.
multi-passionate. I
Yeah.
love it. Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna have to write that down for me, Vato.
Write that down.
Speaking of Vato V, I have a question. Okay, now
Go ahead.
I love me some me. Okay, okay. So I don't need any help in that department. But how can you help some of these guys like Tech C and some of these guys at the tables here? They have issues. They have issues. And how can you teach these guys how to love themselves? You know? Some of these guys are a little insecure at the table. You know?
Some of these guys are a little insecure. We'll leave it at that.
Especially in the dating world. I'll be more specific. In the
Okay.
dating world, there are a lot of men who
You're
are
asking for a
afraid.
friend, of course.
Of course,
I get
absolutely.
it. Uh-huh.
You know, these guys at the table. There are a lot of men who are afraid to say certain things to women because they don't want to be looked at as a bad guy, especially when it comes to these days, you know, when it comes in. Tina's going to be mad about this. When it comes to dating, she's looking at me
I
already.
already see it.
Clicking her
She's
pen.
in a
You guys got my back, though.
eye slap you.
No,
I see.
no.
She give me that
I'm
mama
hide
look
over
right
here.
now. She give me,
I am like,
I hope her
What are you
lips
about
get
to
stuck
say?
like that. So when it comes to dating, like I go out on a lot of dates. I date, you know, I'm a dater, and a lot of the dates I go out on, we may be friends in the beginning. There's no type of definition on the relationship. So I believe, and I was talking to Texie about this earlier. He agreed with me. When you go out on a date and you're defined as friends, shouldn't you go Dutch when it comes to paying?
Hold on.
Okay, here we go.
So you started off as friends. You went out on a date.
We're still currently being defined as friends. There's been no line crossed
But
when it
you're
comes to being
boning.
the
Friend zone.
relationship. No, we're not boning yet. We're not boning yet. Once we
But
bone,
you want to bone.
But you
Yeah.
said, you should pay.
I want to bone. She probably wants to bone, but nobody's boned.
How about a T-bone steak?
Okay.
Let's do that.
Who should? Well,
if
Who
she
should
pays
pay?
for it.
Who,
No, she pays for it.
who should pay?
well, this is an interesting
Right.
thing because it's another thing generationally.
Right.
Because the younger generation does not have this issue. They definitely believe Dutch.
Right.
For sure.
Okay.
Right?
That's awesome.
This is really something I had to learn. And it's an older generation thinking, who pays?
Right. And see,
So-
here's the problem with the older
It-
generation.
Well, it's a chivalrous thing
Oh,
to
actually, whoever invites the other person out, because even as friends,
That's a
I
good
do think
point.
I do think
if
that's
I
a good way to
invite you, I should pay.
because girlfriends do
That's a
that.
good point.
Girlfriends go out. I invited you to lunch. I'll pay. Right?
I have women who invite me out and I pay. And it's like they don't even look in their alligator arms. They just expect me to
If
pay
you're
because I'm the
that
man.
gullible,
And they want, I'm
are
just
you
that
doing
nice
tonight?
sometimes.
And that's why, and that's why he's single.
This is what, and see, and I like what you said. It's the older generation, that chivalrous. Women expect men to have a certain type of role, and they want men to do all these things a man is supposed to do. Then do things that a woman is supposed to do. And as far as that role, like, do you cook? Can you cook for me? Can you wash my clothes? Can you do all these things for me as well?
We're
You know?
riding
Doing
a
a lot.
real fine line here, right? Because,
Right.
but I want to say something about the younger generation. The reason that they allow it to be an equal pay is because their mothers are teaching them that women are self-sufficient.
Right.
Right? It's a respect thing.
Right.
Do you understand?
you
that-
may
Listen,
offend
Tina.
them by trying to
Yes,
pay.
that you are capable of doing. Right? It's not a. It's
I'm like,
not
now that
a-
I hear it that way, I'm like, I
Yeah,
like
see,
that,
it's
but you
not
still gonna
as-
pay for my dinner. I like that. I
get you.
appreciate that.
I get
Now that
it
does
has a
make
different
sense.
twist to it as
Yeah.
opposed to a standoff.
Hey,
So
That makes
that's
sense.
how I would like to see it for
income
you.
I thought they were just being.
Oh, we have a call. I'm sorry. We have a call. Caller.
She has her
Go.
earphones.
it's okay.
So I'm going to repeat every
Uh-huh.
question. Hello, caller. How are you today? Welcome to the Mentality Show. How can we help you?
You can't help me. Only Allison can help. You guys are a bunch of dickheads. This is Casey.
Okay. We got Mr. Casey on the phone.
I could tell.
So-
I could hear the tone
Yes.
in his voice. I could
My
tell
ears
it
are
was
clean.
Casey.
Look.
So she's putting her headphones on right now, Mr. Casey. Casey, what's happening, man? What's your question, buddy? For Allison.
Hi.
Well, first of all, Allison, thank you for coming on the show.
I'm so sorry
It's
you're,
been
you're
a
not feeling
vital
well.
part of my life and getting me organized mentally. I know I've been all over the place with lots of things I want to do, and I get too starry. I don't focus on one thing, and you allow that to happen.
That is awesome.
I appreciate
Thank you.
that. So
Oh, you're
much.
talking to Allison. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me. I'm sorry. We got it mixed up there. Go ahead, Casey.
So, my question is, do you think looking like a safari hunter helps you look?
Oh.
So how important are looks?
Cannot believe it. It looks like you're going to Florida, D. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he's-
talking about me.
he's the Indiana, he's the Indiana Jones.
It's my hat, man. These headphones make my hat look weird, but the hat is popping. Trust me, the hat is popping. It's the headphones, and I don't want to take it off, and my head is shining, and it's gonna affect
Take
Allison's.
away from Allison.
Yeah, so sorry about that, but that's a good question, Casey. Was that
Now,
your?
how are you doing, Allison? You doing okay?
I'm doing awesome. Amazing.
How's the film?
Everyone's great.
Okay, tell Melissa I said hello and I love her and I got to go back to my online talking.
All right. Tell
Thanks
the
for-
hoes we said hi.
Thanks for the call, Casey. Casey is a part of the show here. He's not feeling too well this week, so he's not with us today.
The
I
weather.
thought it was Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Right?
He sounded like it there. So rest in peace, Casey. No. All right. So,
Better.
so you were saying, that's actually a good question that he brought up. Looks. A lot of people, especially when we're younger, we base our opinion of others primarily on their looks. And then as we get older, we realize it's
as
more important
important.
the inside, who they are. But you still got to look good, man. You still have to. I still have to be physically
I
attracted
mean, look
to
at
you.
everyone sitting here. I mean, looks
Thank you,
are
thank you.
important.
Thank you.
Oh my
right?
gosh. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. In some
Yes.
respects. In some respects. Yes.
And I think when it comes to dating, you do have to have a spark with somebody. You do have to have
I agree.
a physical attraction.
That's why
Yes.
I can't do online dates. That's weird to me. Like, because I like that in-person spark, and you'd be like, "Oh God, damn, oh, woo!" Like
Yeah.
you feel it sometimes. Sometimes your vajayjay thumps. Like seriously, I never felt that online.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't know if
What
you're
about sitting
manly
here
enough.
next to
you
me?
might
Have
be
you felt
like
that?
a bitch ass dude or something. Like
Right.
I don't like soft guys.
Right. Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm not saying like come here, bitch, but you know,
Yeah.
I don't like
any girl like
maybe
soft
he
guys?
talks like this or
Yeah, I don't
something
know.
like.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You don't
Yeah.
like soft guys. You don't like weak guys.
I don't like soft guys because weak is okay.
What's
but
a soft guy?
Well, for instance, I was hanging out with a guy and I told him a story and he was like, I want to make sure I say the expression right. Boy, bye.
That's his metro.
Female
Okay,
tendencies.
it's
Delano.
drag queens say that, Beyonce, Madonna
Right.
type people.
Feminine,
But-
Yeah.
feminine
and it's
tendencies.
dismissive,
Yeah.
but it's the
Is that bad
tone.
to
A
say?
man should not.
A man to you should not. That's not does it for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. Because
yeah.
I'm not saying men, but
Yeah.
manly men, lumberjacky type men,
Absolutely. Some-
wouldn't say yes, bitch, yes, and boy, bye.
So the way I like to explain that is human beings born with a penis may do that, but a man won't.
Yeah. Yeah, good PC answer.
But there might be some other woman out there who would love a guy like that.
Yeah, that's
You know?
why she made that
So,
distinction.
That distinction, right.
But I don't think the
to me,
JJs
I
are
don't
all
think that's
thumping either.
weak 'cause I
I agree.
don't
called
like
Metro.
the weak and strong thing, like, 'cause that's still
we know a Metro on the show.
subjective. But
You know, I was out on a date one time and I heard a song, and my mom used to do this when she would hear a song, she would snap her fingers like that, you know, when she hears something. So I just, as a child, I would
Yeah,
do
you
that.
do that.
So as a man, I remember I was listening to the song, I was like, oh, I like this song right here. I started snapping my fingers. She grabbed my hand like, no.
Don't do that.
We don't do that. That's too soft.
yeah.
And I remember ever since she said that, now when I snap my fingers, I feel
think
like,
about
am I
it?
being soft? Or, you know what I mean? It's kind of she put that in my head,
Right.
you know? So,
That there's
Tina, that's a great
growth.
question.
Yeah,
Is this, now if I was sitting there like, yes, boy,
I'm
and all that.
43 though. I come from a different era, and I was raised by an alpha male dude. So I mean, he's never said in the house like, "Hey, that's gay," or that, you know. But
He meant it.
you knew that that's something soft. Like
Snapping
if my
your fingers.
brother walked a certain way, he'd be like, "Yo, Anthony, can you put some oomph in that? Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you doing?
Pull your pants up, boy."
or your wrist or something." He's like, "Come on, men don't."
Yeah.
What's for dinner, Dad? So yeah.
So this is a very
I'm
neutral,
sure he
gender
harmed
neutral
us.
society.
Look at Allison. I'm sure he harmed us.
When you talk about a man being
we
soft, I
do
think
suffer from
I think you're talking about
PTSD.
ED. Yeah.
Well, it's a different time period.
But now I know it's
we
a
have
different time.
language.
She didn't hear me.
Yeah, this is a gender neutral society right now.
Yeah.
Like everything,
era.
you just
Listen,
you can't put a
Fishing
definition.
is not just for men and all that, but I'm like old school. Like men fish, women they're in the house cutting and cleaning it. Like I don't know.
Oh, it's
all
not
that
black
like
and white.
that.
It's just not black and
Yeah. Well, how do you feel
just
about
want you to
this
pay for it.
as far as putting, I guess, roles on certain genders? How do you feel about that? Like, is it just be you? I mean, that's basically the best
white.
way.
Well, I think it's be you for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's do what you want.
Yeah.
I think
Express
it's,
yourself.
I think it's better to look at it as feminine or masculine,
Right.
right?
Yes.
Right.
And not female male.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I am still allowed to say that.
hear you.
Okay, because I still
You're not
feel
doing
that's the
anything.
same
You
way.
can
If
say
I say
whatever
that's
you want.
masculine, then these like new era groups will say, well, who's to say that's defined to a man?
You're super masculine,
Yeah,
right?
She's
I
alpha.
think so.
Alpha female.
Right. But
Yeah.
So, and that's okay.
Without the beard. Thank
Without,
you.
the,
Yes.
without the beard.
No,
That's
I
why
just-
she's on this
And
show.
there's nothing wrong with
Look,
that.
I plug in the car.
good.
Thank you.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And I have very masculine tendencies also.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you get into a couple,
Right.
you got to check that.
Yeah,
Right? 'Cause
somebody
no
has to-
man wants to date a masculine.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm super
Right?
submissive.
Absolutely.
So that you got
That's
to
so
figure
true.
out, you got to negotiate
yeah.
where that is. Like,
Right.
when are you going to pump the brakes?
Right.
And when are you, I'm not saying to be submissive. That's
Right.
not, I'm not saying to change who you are.
Be a man, boy. That's what you gotta be.
I feel like that's
But-
a
And I get in
problem.
trouble for this a lot because my younger friends,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm
28. I know.
older than you, get upset when I talk about this. But
Yeah.
there's a negotiation that happens in a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
It
you
is.
You
want a
have to
successful
surrender
relationship.
that.
It's a balance.
Yes.
There has
No,
to be a
but
balance.
these new age
Absolutely.
girls feel
Agree.
like they should always be masculine, and I feel like there's a king and a queen, and we
That's
both
what
can't, like, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the
run
problem.
the house.
That's a problem. You know, a lot of people, when it comes to establishing these roles, they bump heads and they just, you know, fuck it, I'm out. You know, they give up or whatever. It's happened with me in relationships. So, what you just said is very, very important. Establishing that role.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have a problem if you were with a woman who makes more money than you?
No,
They all
no,
do.
no, I don't have.
would
a problem
enjoy
with
that.
at all.
He'll stay home.
I mean,
because you're multi-passionate.
because I'm multi-passionate, absolutely.
And
As a matter of fact, I meet so
hate
many
that
women.
phrase
I meet a lot of
already.
women who don't. I meet so many women who just don't make enough money, or they're struggling and that type of thing. You know, and that's not attractive either. You know, I like a woman who could hold her own. You know, she's handling her business
and take him
professional.
out to dinner.
You know, and
Buying
every
some
once in a
stickers.
while, you know, pull your wallet out sometime. Don't have me be the one who does it all the time. I just meet so many women that are like that, and it gets on my nerves. It eats at me so.
and that's
so
why
many
he's single.
times, you know.
Is he losing brownie points?
Exactly.
I know you're not talking Vato V.
I fucking pop out the wallet, homie.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, this dude is lying. This dude, we've had so many discussions. He's brought that up on the show, how he just hates being someone who pays all the time.
full of
and you
shit.
Can't, so you're saying you'll date a woman and
pay,
every day you
yes.
will pay all the time,
I've
100%
done
of
it.
the time.
I've done it.
And you will have no problem with
I've
that.
done
Yes.
But would you have a problem with it? I know you've
I
done it.
I wouldn't have a
But
problem.
would
with
you
it.
have a problem with it?
If we're married or we're together for a while, hey, of course we're gonna be equal. But if I'm
But-
gonna take, hold on, if I'm gonna take her on a date,
He's
I'm
trying
gonna
to gain the points
I'm gonna be a
in the
gentleman,
beginning.
homie. I'm gonna be a gentleman.
Okay, of course. Whoa. Nobody said you don't pay when you take a woman out on a date.
Okay.
Okay, so
But
that's
he's
not what
saying
anybody's saying.
every
I'm saying
time
every
he's
time.
going to pay.
If-
And that's
if I'm
you
gonna-
just said if you were married or in a relationship,
hold
you
on.
would expect her to pay. You just didn't he just say that?
I
He
did
just
say
said
that. Okay.
Okay.
What
So,
do you-
but
so
what if she
you're-
didn't? What if
Let
she
him
didn't?
talk.
I am
moving
going
on.
to pay, regardless of the fact I'm gonna pay.
You're dating for a whole year.
If we're
or
dating
two.
we're dating for a year or two. That's different. Obviously,
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. If we're dating for, hold on. You let me talk. So in the beginning, when you're dating, obviously you want to be a gentleman. You want to
The
prove
Dodgers are
yourself.
waiting,
You
by
wanna-
the way. Of course.
You want to know what's up. That's the way it goes.
Flubber.
If we're gonna be
3-0
together, the
Dodgers.
majority of the time, most definitely, I'm gonna pay. I will pay.
Okay.
For
Okay.
a year, I dumped the bitch.
If you're dating for a majority of the time, like a year or two, and she never pays, you're fine with that.
If I'm gonna go out to you, yeah.
Even though your birthday, you're making
what? Fucked up women.
Okay.
It takes a year for them to come out of the pocket.
Exactly.
Yeah, at what point do you
Because
get
after like
a
six,
sorry,
after
Alex.
a couple months, they're like, let me take this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
On my birthday, come on. Don't expect me to pay.
Just a hot dog.
Oh, no, yeah.
You know, because remember, we're talking a year or two. She never,
Yeah.
so a birthday's passed within that time. I had a young lady who
Okay, that's
invited me out on
cheap
a
as
date.
fuck.
She told me, I'm taking you to Malibu Beach. You've never been to Malibu Beach. Oh my God, I'm going to take you.
I know
You're
you're
going to
talking
love it.
about.
You're going to enjoy it. I'm like, great. So we get together that day. I drive all the way to Malibu Beach with her, and she.
You drove? The
I
actual
drove.
vehicle.
Exactly. She never once, the person who says she's taking me to Malibu Beach, she's taking me. I'm the one driving.
Because
never
you
pulled
said
out her
I'm
wallet.
taking you. That means you sit in the passenger seat because
Right.
I'm driving because I'm
He-
taking you.
Right.
I know who
You
you're talking
drive,
about.
then you took me.
Masculine.
I don't know. I'm semantic.
Here's a question though, but like he's saying, like if she invites him out, okay, do you?
She was supposed to pay.
Was she supposed to pay?
Something.
Is that what it is?
At least gas.
If I'm trying to show you something like that you don't go to, like, hey, I want to go to the Intercontinental Hotel downtown and go eat at the roof. You know,
Right.
I should be paying that. That's my interest.
It's understood.
You didn't know about it. Why
Right.
did you go and you pay it and you drive?
See,
that's-
even Tina
that's good.
Lorraine
That's
agrees with me
insane to
on
me,
this
like-
one.
And you know what? It's good. I
This
like
is like-
that.
You know who I'm talking about too,
Yeah, I
right?
know who you're talking
This is
about.
like crack for me.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're going to a hotel, I
crack for you?
mean, she's paying for dinner,
Yeah.
you pay for the room.
Yeah.
observing how people
Observing how
interact.
people think and
Yeah.
interact and
Yeah.
talking. And that's why we wanted a woman on the show, because she gives us insight as to how women
Oh, she's the
think.
backstop.
She's the badass. Yeah, she's the
But she's
she's,
the
You're
backstop
cheap.
to you.
she's the
right?
backstop. We needed that.
Yeah.
And now we have you on the show too, Allison. So
get it.
So now you're the host of the dating game.
Great. Okay.
so let's get into this. Okay,
Cheap
so
ass. I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
what do you recommend, Allison? What do you recommend out there for those out there that are paralyzed by fear when it comes to going after what you want? You mentioned something like that in your book as well. What do you recommend? What's your insight on this?
Well, first of all, fear is a couple things. One is it's, fuck everything and run.
Oh, hold up. She gave me another Allison-ism.
I actually can't take
Fuck
credit,
everything.
Like the isms.
right? Which,
Did you make that up?
no, honey, no.
What does
never
that mean?
heard
Fuck
that.
everything and run. What do you mean?
Well,
by
that's
that?
what fear stands for, right?
Break it down.
Fuck everything and run.
It didn't mean physically.
You need to smoke.
It doesn't mean get your
Just
penis out and
right.
actually
I didn't
fuck
think
it.
about the acronym part. Okay.
That's why I'm like,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
But that's not what I want you to do.
Right.
Right.
What do you want us to do? What should we do?
Well, usually when people are in fear, the first thing I ask them to do is like, what are you afraid of? What's the worst thing that could happen? Let's do the scenario. So usually I ask people just to stop,
Yeah.
halt, and really say like, what do you really want?
Right.
And if they're like, no, I really want to open that business, or I really want to date that woman, or I really want to go after that job, or whatever it is.
Right.
And I say to them, okay, look through what's the worst that could happen. And I
Right.
guarantee once you talk through it,
Yeah.
Right.
it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's not that bad. And I always say take a contrary action.
Take a country. So
If you don't want to take it, if you're like, I'm not going to get out of bed, I'm telling you to get out of bed.
yeah.
If you're not going to work out, I'm telling you to work out.
Yeah.
I'm telling you to do the complete opposite.
The complete opposite of what the
You know,
negative
I
part is
said
telling
today
you.
to somebody, listen, I'm in a bad mood. This is not what I want to do. And they said, well, what do you do to get out of it? I said, I do.
There
That's
you
what
go.
I do.
Yeah. I do. Yeah.
I do.
I love that.
Even though I
love
don't
that.
want to. It's okay to say you don't want to.
Most people are in
Yeah.
that situation. Most people get up. I mean, I've done it for years. You get up and you don't want to do it, and it's tough to get out of bed, and your
Yeah.
feet still hit the floor, and it doesn't matter how fucking miserable you
Still
are,
gotta do it.
you find a reason why you're doing this thing.
Right.
And I've done it. I could have pursued many different things, but you got in a situation where, guess what? You're married and you have 2 kids, and they're little. They can't get by on their own.
Right.
Yeah.
So you settle.
Yep.
That's a why. Has a bigger why, right? The why is stronger than the
motivation.
fear,
Yeah.
right? Not everybody has that kind of pull. If you're single, but usually when there's kids or wife or husband involved, that's the biggest pull for you.
Yeah.
When you don't have that,
I agree.
I'm telling you right now, if you don't have a reason to have your feet hit the floor in the morning,
Yeah.
Stay in bed.
Well, I got to pay my rent.
well, no, but that's not enough for people. Honestly, that's not enough.
Then they're going to end up homeless.
It's not, especially young people don't. The younger generation.
It's not enough. You
That's
have
horrible.
to have something that makes your belly set on fire.
That
you know?
3-day eviction notice.
Yeah. That'll put that fire under that ass.
Oh, all right. Who's
I
hiring?
didn't get up out this bed.
right now.
But now it's too late. You only
What
got
can
3
I
days to
sell?
figure it out.
Right.
No, you're so right. I'm a single guy. I don't, have a family or anything like that. I have a daughter, but, I don't have like a wife and that type of setup. So yeah, what motivates me is
her wife?
I have to
Wife.
wife
As a
H
wife.
with an H. What motivates me is got to pay the bills, and I'm passionate about what I do. I love what I do.
You have to love what you do, because if you
have
don't know what you do, you're gonna be stuck in a
Multi-passionate.
place where you're gonna
Multi-passionate.
it's gonna suck.
What about people
Yes.
that lost their passion? I mean, how do you
that's horrible.
find that again?
Well,
depressed.
that's really hard because when people have lost their passion, that's when they it's the Groundhog Day. Every day
Yeah.
is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple ways I tell them to find their passion again or to find their dream. It's I give them a magic wand and tomorrow becomes exactly what you want. But the quickest way to do it is I tell you that tomorrow I give you $200 million. What would you do?
Right. Yeah. What would you do? What would you do?
What
if
would
I
tomorrow,
had-
what's
you
the
had-
first thing you do? And I'm like, don't
stay
tell
in
me
bed.
don't tell me you buy a car, right? Don't after you do all the stuff, the self-care stuff. Stay
First,
in bed.
I would get a PlayStation, and
Yeah.
then I would get some candy.
Yeah.
Like after all that, what's the next thing you would do?
Even staying in bed
gonna
becomes
take a
boring.
nap.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Travel, man.
That's that
Live
question
life.
that teachers ask you when you're a child. If you had this certain amount, or high school, if you had this certain amount of money, what would you do in life instead? And that's a good question.
Because it removes all the obstacles of as adults.
But see,
I'd probably be doing stand-up
I
comedy.
think
But
that
but that's something to look into. If you'd really be doing stand-up comedy, then I absolutely say
he has fear,
that's a
though.
contrary
Yeah.
action.
I'm not scared of it.
He has fear.
It's just I have to work. I can't all the time.
I'm going to tell you right now. I just looked in his
But
eyeballs when he
sometimes your
said
procrastination
stand-up comedy,
gives
you
and
those
they all went
excuses.
crazy on me. Like,
No, he's great.
he's funny.
We've done
Stand-up comedy.
the
Stand-up.
walk-ups ones.
When you go up there on the stage.
Yeah, the open mics.
Open
Open
mics.
mics,
He's done
yes,
open
yeah.
mics, and he does great. He makes the whole room laugh. But he doesn't continue. He just gets
He doesn't
up.
even have to say anything.
I have
huh?
to
He just
work.
gets up there and
'Cause I have
stands
to
there.
work.
No,
Other
you know.
obligations that come ahead of that passion. That's bad. That's
Open
a bad
mics are at
thing.
night. You work during the day.
Yeah.
I'm tired, you know.
See, those are excuses.
Excuses.
That's
Those
part
are
of your
excuses.
Just
fear.
about figuring it
Excuses
out.
are like assholes. Everybody has one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And they all smell. They all stink.
Yeah, they
Well, you
stink.
gotta wash that
We're getting
thing and
to
get
a
back
whole-
on stage.
Thank you. Exactly. You can't have swamp ads on stage. Come on,
No.
man. You gotta go. up
Wash
there.
your ass and get out there.
But
It's the same rule for dating.
But you know what I think as,
Aw,
as
shucks, guys,
you know
thanks.
when you take into when you become like I guess our age 40 and over, like you start thinking about other things. When you're younger, you really don't care about life. You take life for granted because you don't know what's up.
Amen.
But when you have your
Sure.
responsibilities such as kids, a wife, a house, a mortgage, whatever you got to do, you have to go out and work so you can do whatever you got to do to survive. When you're a kid, you don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Careless.
Yeah, you're careless. And then finally you get to that age where you're like, oh shit, like I'm at this age and I got this amount of time
And
left.
I cannot go back.
Exactly. I can't go back. I have this amount of time left.
I have
which
other
You
is-
don't know
people-
how much time you have left.
Like,
never
you don't know. Exactly.
No.
You don't know. So we made it this far. You survived wherever your environment you lived at. And now what's next? You
I have other people depending on me now.
Even if you do have a career and you hate your career, what's next? You know, now you're just at the point where shit, I just got to make money to survive and do whatever I got to do.
But if I could reframe that instead of like, what's next, or I just got to keep going, I love to say to you, like, how can it be bigger? How can I make it more? How can I make it more exciting? Instead
Yeah.
of it being the same way every single day.
And that's where we got to hit.
Yeah.
Right? That's where we
Yeah.
got to go. I want to get excited.
So you got to find that passion.
That
you
actually
have to find that passion.
that reminds me of one thing that that I had read when I was looking into what you've done recently, and it was it the passion or the gift, or everyone has to search for their gift, or can you elaborate on
versus
that?
Passion versus gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one gets me in trouble a lot, but
That's
Passion's
good.
good.
because I do believe this. I believe everybody has a gift and everybody has a passion. And here in LA, everybody wants their gift to be why they make money. And I think everyone is born with a gift, and you're born with it. My example is always Christina Aguilera came out of the womb singing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Beyonce learned to sing. They both make money with it,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But Christina Aguilera's is a gift. A passion is something you'll do no matter what.
Yeah.
Some of us have turned our passion into money making, but some of us should not put our life passion into making money. And our whole town is built on this. My example for myself is my gift since I was a little girl is I know how to get someone from point A to point B emotionally. I've always been able to understand that.
Right.
Do
My
you mean
passion-
manipulator? No.
Yes, I do. I actually do.
I
It just
like
means
that.
you're really. I mean, you can.
It's
a
being
good way.
persuasive.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
can
like
be.
the term
Very-
manipulating.
I
Yeah,
don't, but
in a
I
good
but I
way.
have
I
I
can
have
get you
I
to
have the
do
gift of
things
persuasion.
for
I
me.
do, right?
Yes, you do.
And but my passion is acting. I'll do it on TV. I'll do it in a church basement. It's my passion,
Right.
right? And I've
Do
been
it
able.
in a mentality skit.
basement.
Yeah.
Sure
Mentality
thing.
skit.
I like
right?
that. I like that.
And
I've
I, think,
never.
and I think people have, especially because we're in Los Angeles, people get this mixed up. They want their gift to be their acting or their writing or their
Right.
directing.
Right.
And if they can get it correct, they could be happier and make money and still have their
Yeah.
passion.
Right.
And that's,
Right.
and that's
So-
living.
And that is
Oh,
living.
yeah,
That is
that's
living. That's
that's
the
when you
As
get,
opposed to struggling and feeling like a failure all the time.
and that's when you get to
Yeah.
where you know you have to be, like when you're happy and it's not a job to go to work. You know,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
you want to be there.
There's a difference between a job and a career. I guess.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Correct.
Do you,
Yeah.
if you had $200 million in the bank, what would you be doing? What would be the one thing you would be doing, Miss
Good
Allison?
question.
I like that.
Thank you.
Well, I'm
That's
sort
what I
of-
do.
Like I said, I wrote the book because I'm on the court.
Mm-hmm.
I would push what I'm doing now, like faster.
Which is your gift. You would be pursuing your
Yeah,
gift.
I would. I would be helping a whole lot more people.
So you would be pursuing your gift over your passion.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I would
okay.
be donating to your
I
cause.
mean,
Yeah.
people really think that
With
I
your
would.
200 mil?
People always
Yep.
ask, like, would you want to be on a TV show?
Tax
Is that what you want to
deductible.
do? Like, yeah, I would
I'd
love
still
it. If
be
someone came to me
asking
tomorrow,
C for a
for
Bud
sure.
Light.
But I want to help as many people as possible figure this out.
Would you say, in the way you're explaining it, your gift, for those of us who believe in God, would you say your gift is what God put you on this earth to do, and your passion is what you want to do?
Absolutely.
That's the way. Okay. Okay.
Ah,
That's
great
pretty deep.
distinction.
Oh, deep. That's right. Okay. Let me ask you this: Can
I
a
was going to hire a marketing group, but there, you just figured it out for me.
I'm telling you, that's my gift. Can a person love themselves and be insecure at the same time?
Come on.
You can answer that question.
Absolutely.
I can't answer that question.
Can't answer that.
That's me. That pretty much just.
Absolutely.
That's his own question.
I'm insecure,
Absolutely.
but I
Everybody-
love myself.
I tell people all the time, they absolutely are insecure. Everyone's insecure.
He loves
Everyone's
himself more than
insecure.
he's insecure.
About something.
All the time.
Everybody's
But do
insecure
you
about something.
genuinely love yourself, or are you just touching yourself and calling it love?
Yes.
That's what Vato V does.
That's
he
lust.
really loves himself.
Well,
I'm
it
lustful.
depends, right? I do, but I think people are more insecure than they are loving themselves, and I think learning to love yourself is probably the biggest challenge that people have.
When you say that, I think of that song. Learning to love yourself
See?
is the greatest love of all.
You see-
I love
Whitney
that song.
You
Houston.
see, that's not
Oh.
that's not his gift.
That is
Definitely not his gift.
That's
that is
his
my passion. That is my passion. I would love to.
You know,
Nor
I-
his passion.
and,
That's a
and
good
it's
example.
totally right too, though. And we could all make light of it, but it's totally true.
should be
we
insecure
can
about
say we
that.
love ourselves, but if we're insecure, we don't love ourselves. You need some work there.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
disconnect.
yeah.
But
It's kind
but
of.
insecurities come up all the time. I mean, we can say something to somebody, someone can shoot us a look, and something pops up. What we have to do is have that strength to be like, okay, that's just his opinion. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna-
Oh, that's
it's
so tough for me.
hard. What
That is so tough for me.
That way, I
Here's
shut
the-
down with the looks. I'm like,
Here's the thing you have to
shut down,
remember.
man.
What other people think of you is none of your business.
Yes, I've heard
I
that
honestly
before.
don't give a
Right.
fuck what people think of me.
You know what?
I agree.
This
Scully
you,
does.
Scully, I like watching all of your dynamics. This one, you'd all talk, and then I'm like, what's this one have to say?
It's,
Because
he's probably the
truth
least
bomb.
insecure.
He's the truth bomb.
He is the truth
Yeah.
bomb. He says that about
I
himself
drop
too.
them like turds in the night.
That's right.
You picked up greatly on him at this
Yes.
table here. He's probably the least insecure. Probably the most
He just
secure.
don't give a fuck about what
Real,
anybody
real,
has to say.
real, the most real.
He's
Exactly.
the most real. He's the
Yes.
most real. I would say that he's one of the nicest people you'll ever know too. I got to say, Scully's one of the nicest people, but yet he's real. I respect that.
He's a
I
nice.
respect
Chest
that.
hair.
He's a nice dick.
Yeah,
He's a nice asshole.
oh, that's a good.
Why, thank you
You're
with
a
your
nice
X-ray
asshole.
vision.
There you go. There you go. He's gonna
So
wink
that's-
at you over here.
That's interesting.
Not a winker. I don't like that as much as I don't like this.
Yeah, some people, they hide their insecurities through this boasting of loving themselves, And I think I used to be like that, and now I'm more
still like
loving
that.
of myself. So, in this age of gender neutrality, okay, what would you dare say women are better at than men these days? And then I'm going to ask you the other way around.
Okay.
I know that's a tough question. I'm putting her on the spot. You are at the Senate table among the world to
Well,
watch.
if I was viewing it from the seat where I'm sitting, meaning in my own world, I handle everything in my world.
Independent.
So,
Are you married or involved or anything like that? That's usually my pickup
on
line,
the
but I'm
spot.
in this way I'm being professional. Okay, but that's usually one of my lines when I'm picking.
Can
up.
you take that off the air, please, sir?
He's professionally picking up on you.
Look at me in the eyes. When you ask. I'm sorry, Alice. I'm sorry. My bad. Let me be professional now. Okay.
Close your eyes when you talk to him.
Ooh, she's blushing. She is blushing. I do that. I tend to make women blush. I'm sorry. It's a common effect. Go ahead, Allison. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Scott the
What was
creeper.
what was the question?
Yeah, so I'm sorry. What are men these days? What would you dare say women are better at than men these days? In this gender neutral society
Well,
where it's so.
in loving myself, the first thing I would say is everything.
Good answer. That's
Just
fair.
because women have, because the glass ceiling has been broken, because women in the 80s have gone out and said, you know what, I demand to have everything equal, I demand to have equal pay, I demand to have that job. We have really, the line has gone like way over,
Right.
and we have become like super women.
Right.
And I think it's awesome.
Don't want to be
Yes.
on dates.
And I think it's amazing. At the same time, I think we've gone a little too, I think it's a little out of balance. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay? So I do think women are incredibly strong,
Yeah.
but I also think they're also in a position of not knowing how to say, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted, and I don't necessarily know how to say to you, hey, I might need a little help over here.
Oh, I run
Right.
into those women all the time. They have no problem asking me for help.
Right.
in certain-
We
And it
might-
doesn't help 'em.
We might need to do a session because I might need to reframe some things for you.
Please do.
Oh,
Please do. I need some reframing.
But
check him.
But I do think women are getting better at knowing how to navigate in the world, in relationships. I don't mean love relationships. I just mean how to
Deal with
interact
others.
with other people.
Right, right,
Right. The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. There's something about that.
right.
And I think with the state where we are in the country and the climate and all that, I just think that, the female perspective is needed right now.
Absolutely. You said something about Superwoman. The women I tend to date are Wonder Women. I'm always wondering if they're going to pay you. Anyway, but you're so right. This is the mentality show, and we say a lot of things about all kinds of people and issues and things like that. But I just want to reiterate, especially today, that with that question, that we love our women. The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. I love that line.
Yes.
We would not be here today if it weren't for the women who raised us to be who we are
100%.
today.
We wouldn't be
Yeah.
here straight up without women.
Straight up, absolutely. It is
We would
the
not be
woman.
here.
I just think we need to find
Absolutely.
we need to find a balance,
Yes,
right?
we do.
And I
Yes.
think we're
It's always a
too.
balance.
We need to find a balance, and I hate
Absolutely.
the word balance, but I'm going to use it. I think we need to find some harmony.
It seems like a
Absolutely.
cliche, but it's totally true. Absolutely.
That's true.
It'll never, nothing
be
will ever
balanced.
work without it.
But I don't think you'll be balanced very easily.
Completely. Yeah.
Oh, of course. That's why, since in the existence of mankind,
But
it's
that's why something like this is so invaluable, right? Because you're willing
our
to
show
talk about it. Yeah.
is totally invaluable for all of our listeners out there and
Yes.
everyone who listens. So you heard it. We just got endorsed by the great Alison Robertson.
Yes,
so
we
did.
there we go. Show is so invaluable. So in saying all that, as far as the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world, tell us, why are men better than women? No, I'm just why would and what would you say that men are better at than women? On the other hand, yeah.
You know what? I think men are. There's something and because as a coach, men are my biggest success stories. I'll be honest.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
No, honestly, my biggest success stories are my male clients.
Right.
Men, I find, are great at when they find the problem, when they understand the problem, you guys fix it immediately.
Right.
You don't need to keep going back to it and learning and relearning. And once you're like, oh, that's the answer? Okay, we'll just fix it.
Let's just do it.
So
Fix
you get
it.
it
'Cause
really.
we're fixers.
You get it quickly,
Right.
right?
Yes.
So, ladies, if a man is staying in the problem, they don't understand.
Right.
They're fucked up.
I just don't
Once they
understand.
get
we
it,
fucked
once
up.
they get it, you guys go like, oh, I get it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll fix it.
Yeah, we just
So-
don't understand.
And if
Just
they don't,
help
So I
us
think
out.
what
okay.
you're great at is problem solving
Yes.
when you understand.
I like it. We're problem solvers. We're fixers.
When you understand.
When we understand, just make us
We're
understand.
non-payers,
Help us
apparently.
understand.
Yeah, I know.
Only
we just don't want to pay.
After we've been together for 2 years. Okay. All right. As a single man, here's my personal question. As a single man of
As
a certain
cheap
age,
single man.
a certain-
I think you
let's get
missed
it
the
clear.
word.
I don't mind paying on dates. Just in a year or
50%.
two,
By the
please
third
pay.
date,
Pay
who
one
wants you to
time.
pay?
Pay one time in a year or two. Tina, your lips
How
are about
about
to
a
get stuck.
tip? How about they just leave the tip? That's not enough.
I would. That would be cool too.
Oh, okay.
That would be cool, too.
Tipping of the
okay.
hand. You just
I
wanna
think
tip
if you
the
guys,
hand.
dude, let's keep this shit
Something.
real. If you guys got to keep fucking talking about this bullshit, you got the wrong woman in front of you. You got the wrong man in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I totally agree.
He's so
Truth
real.
bomb.
Again, yeah.
As a
Seriously.
single man of a certain age, struggling to find the right partner or woman in my life, how can someone like me avoid dying alone?
It's not going to happen.
This guy always
please
gets on me
help
about this.
him.
This guy always
Please
gets on. He's
Help him.
He tells me I'm going to die. When I piss this guy off, he's like, at least I'm married and you're going to die alone and in your apartment and,
No one's
penniless
gonna
and
know.
broke. And,
I go for the jugular.
oh my gosh.
He does.
Keeping it real.
He does.
Right.
No,
Thank
because
you.
And I
no
keep
one's
it
gonna
real.
know for a few days
gonna
before
smell.
anyone.
No
starts
one's going to
looking
know.
for
Oh, they have life alert.
I might need to invest in that.
I think
gonna
his neighbor
smell.
will smell his body first.
It's gonna smell. The neighbor's gonna smell swamp.
I don't need to die for that. I don't need to die for that.
I'm cheap and I can't get up. I'm sorry.
They're not gonna hear him.
You know, Tina's gonna come and she's gonna hear that alarm come in my house. Where's your wallet before you die? probably take all my money and I will die penniless and broke.
Where's your wallet? No, that's so me. Yes.
I need a purse.
Oh man! All right, Allison, you have the floor. So sorry.
How are you going to find a woman or a partner?
And
For
not die
you
alone.
And not
Yes.
die alone specifically.
To keep a keeper. That's what he needs.
Keeper. So this is the question I always ask everybody. What do you want?
Just in a year, pay. No,
Free meal.
I just want a normal woman.
Because if that's the truth, you just want someone to pay.
No,
And-
I just want a normal.
Hold on, I'm going to fix it. Okay, because if you just want someone to pay and you just want someone that's normal, then go on Match.com and take the first 3 women that make over 6 figures a year, and that's you're done. But that's not what you want.
No, I want
Right?
just someone normal, someone who's decent, considerate, treats me the way they want to be
He
treated.
wants the perfect woman.
Yeah.
No,
we
Hold on, they
define
don't
normal.
exist.
Let's-
Well, hold on though.
don't
Instead of fixing the woman for him, can we fix him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm trying because he's
I'm the
so-
broken one.
It's
Yeah,
so,
probably are.
It's
You
so
are.
vanilla. It's so general. It's so
Better than you
Chocolate.
guys who are married.
You should go
That's why
away
he's
for a
single.
week and have a real
Allison,
good.
I think this question here is going to take more time.
It is.
And so we only have
We
a
need
couple
a
more
2-hour
minutes.
show,
So,
show for
Because
this.
you need to have a
And
talk with your
you just
penis
pulled the
first.
rib.
I know.
so I got to ask everyone at the table here, in lieu of having, and I misspelled Lou, I know. Okay.
Got
If
it.
you're watching, and I'm intelligent. In lieu of having such a wonderful guest on the show, okay.
Jesus.
Wonderful guest on the show today who specializes in self-help. In one sentence, what would you say is some of the best self-help advice you've received in your life? In one sentence, what would you say? And I'm going to start. I'll start with Scully. What is the best self-help advice you've received in your life in one sentence?
Ooh,
We got like 10
I
seconds.
don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about you, man. Period.
Perfect.
Move on. That's it. And I'm sorry for the F-bomb, but that's how I do.
That's
Yeah.
how we do it on the show too. That's
Yeah.
how we do it
Yeah,
on the
you
show.
can't care about other people, man. You got to care about you before you can care about anyone else.
That's
Do
it. Okay, 10 seconds, Tina.
Well, my favorite thing is be careful whose toes you step on today because they may be attached to an ass you kiss tomorrow. So I just like
very
to-
true. Love
my
that line.
self-help is I treat
love that
everyone the way I want to be treated. I just want to have harmony.
Yes.
And it may have been kind of off topic, but that's what made me
10
think
seconds.
of the first thing. Bye.
All right. And really quick, I'm going to save you for last, Allison. Tech C. Oh my gosh. Vato V.
And my dad always told me, be yourself.
You have a father?
Pop son.
No.
Papa
Yes,
always
sir.
told me, always be
yourself.
yourself. Be yourself and don't be fake. Be yourself. That's what my dad told me.
I like it.
Be
I
yourself.
like it.
Be yourself.
Tech C.
Before he left. No.
Yeah, right?
Oh, it's messed up.
just go and get it, man. Stop waiting
Procrastinating.
around. Just go get it.
Just go get it.
Yeah.
All right, mine. Laughter is the best medicine.
That's-
Laughter is the best medicine.
And don't pay for a bitch.
if you've been together for
Your
over 2
grandpa
years.
teach you that?
If you've been together over 2 years.
bitch.
You know, on those commercials, if you've been together over 2 years, don't pay for the bit. Okay, so. And, of course, the wonderful Miss Alison Robertson. In one sentence only, out of all the advice you give people, what is the one piece of advice that you find the most valuable in your life?
Okay. The thing that messes us up the most is the picture of how it was supposed to be.
Damn! I cry about that in my shower. Are you in there? Get out, Allison.
You know what? We need more time for that.
Set this up for
I was
me.
going to tie that shit to social media that people fuck with all the time, and that's awesome. I love it.
She did it in one sentence, in one
did.
sentence only, less than 10
fucking
seconds.
killed us.
All right, so before we get out of here, we got more to say with Miss Alison Robertson. But before we get out of here, we do this thing called Mexican Word of the Week with Vato V. What is our Mexican word of the week, sir?
Benedict.
Benedict. How is the word Benedict our Mexican word of the week?
My lady locked me out of the house. I should have never been a dick to her.
Love it. Boom, boom. All right, so that's our show. We would like to thank our special guest, Miss Alison Robertson. The book is called Enoughness. Get it online or at your local bookstore anywhere. Basically, Miss Robertson, how can our audience find you and let them know a little bit more about you? We have about 10 more seconds. I'm sorry.
On Instagram, the Alison Robertson.
The Alison Robertson on Instagram.
Allison with one L.
IG
And,
Allison 1L.
and AlisonRobertson.com, and of course on Amazon.
Yes,
Enoughness.
There we go. And you have about a minute to say what you enjoyed about me. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
What's the name of your book again?
That'd be very short.
All he needs
What's
is
the
a
name of your book again?
Couple
and where
seconds.
can they
Short like his
find it?
penis.
Yeah.
Enoughness on Amazon.
Enoughness, right.
Enoughness. enoughness. It popped
there we
right
go.
up when I
Enoughness.
Googled it, when I Amazoned it.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
We like
In
it
case
when
you're
it
trying to
pops
say
right
I
up.
didn't mention. I know what you're trying to do.
Oh,
That's a
no.
passive aggressive
Oh,
thing.
no,
She's
no,
like,
no. I just want to make sure.
okay, all right,
No,
okay.
one
Alison-
I'll talk to you
I
after
want
the
to
show.
make sure she get her money. Now, man.
All right, so we.
What it is, book, yo.
So we also. I'm sorry, I'm getting a signal here. The auto book, right?
Audiobook.
Yes.
I do the audiobook.
I'll try that. I think
You do the audiobook? She does the audiobook. You talk it with your own voice?
I do.
That's awesome.
Audible, right?
On Audible.
Oh, look at you.
All right, so
Does it
Take
sound
that.
Ahead of PR
sexy
now.
like this?
That's the way I read
You
books.
are enough.
all right, folks, that's
I'm
our
easy,
You are
show.
what you fear.
www.thementalityshow.com. Past episodes on YouTube. LATalkRadio.com. Facebook Live. Catch us now on iTunes, Google Play, now iHeartRadio. From your host, Delano, the beautiful Tina, Casey, Scully, Tech C,
Go
Vato
Dodgers.
V, and Miss Alison Robertson. Thank you for being here today.
Dodgers grew up.
Thank you. Too short.
You crushed it. You crushed it.
Time.
Dodgers kicking ass 3-0.
Right.
Dodgers, yes.
Yes, that is
They're
our
winning,
show,
they're winning.
folks. Always
And
remember,
that's in
in
sports.
life, you're good, but with our help, you could be the best. We'll see you next week, folks.
Vámonos.
You're listening to The Mentality Show, only on LA Talk Radio.